It's Scotch for Dummies. What's going on?
It's been on the bar for a while. I'm excited.
It's been a long time.
It has
It's
been.
sitting back there just silently waiting to be drank.
Mark had to open it because none of us were allowed to even touch it.
I just wanted to be the guy that cracked the seal on it. I mean, I don't care who pours it or anything.
I get a
but
pour.
It's come a long
Let me
way,
say this.
Mark. It's
To
come
be
a
fair,
long
while
way.
he was gone, we steamed that seal open.
No, that's not true. So, what is it? What we have here is a bottle
Scotch.
from Scotland. Drew and I brought back a couple of these, and this is one that I picked up at the Scotch Malt Whisky Society.
Awesome place.
It's a membership society. It was created in 1983. A couple of Scotch enthusiasts like ourselves decided to go out the wall and buy a cask. And it was so popular and a hit amongst their guys, it just kept growing. And now they have a society that, I don't even know how many members they have. But
If you look right here, you'll actually see a video posted about us actually doing a live video there. And you can see some of the footage inside
Nirvana. But so a little bit about the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. They have a couple of locations in Scotland, in Edinburgh. They've got a location in London.
Yep.
They have a separate U.S. Entity that I belong to now with some partner bars. But to know a little bit about this, you'll see that there's not a distillery on here. It doesn't say where this came from. They have a unique numbering system. Everything they bottle is from a single cask, and it is bottled at cask strength. So it's pretty potent. This is, what did you say, Andrew?
58%.
58%. The name of this bottle is A Warm Treat. Winter spice-scented candles on the nose, whilst to taste plums and maple syrup and poached pears. Previous
Poached
in
pears.
One of us knows what
ex-bourbon
that tastes
hogshead.
I had
So-
a burger with poached pears. I know.
This is
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
this is a 16-year-old. It is one of 275 bottles, and it is number 36.132, which means the distillery number 36 is Ben Rennis. Did my research. And .132 means it is the 132nd cask that they have purchased from that distillery. So
This guy.
this was a gem that
He
you
sounds
and
like
I
a scientist.
We did.
We had a dram of this in the Vaults
Aquavitae.
location with Aquavitae. Thank you, Roy, for getting us in on your membership.
I'll give you guys the first pour. Man, it looks like red liquid.
So you have to have a code book to actually
Like
figure
blood.
out what the
Right.
scotches are, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah, so they don't put their names on the bottles, the distillers, because they don't want you to get hung up on the
they're a glass
distillery.
ahead of us, though.
That's true.
I'm just
We
saying.
get
They
two.
want you,
we get a double pour.
They want you to be more concerned with what you should get out of it. In other words, that's why they do this write-up of what they think. You know, they've got a committee that does these tastings and tests the cask and find out when it's ready to be bottled and whatnot. And they come up with this write-up. So they don't want you to get hung up on the name McKellen or Lefroy or Lagavulin. They want you to be more concerned about the juice as opposed to the name of the juice. So,
Very creative writing on the label.
oh man,
Awesome.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You're like, what? So this
So-
is I'm excited to smell
Oh.
So this is a Ben Rennis. What do we know about those cats?
Ben, it's a Spey. It's right next door or down the street from Glenfarclas. 18, typical story of a distillery over there,
closed,
open, went
stored
through
their
some
horses
troubles,
there.
bought by
Burnt down.
Burnt
doers
down,
or something
rebuilt.
like that. Yeah, they did a renovation in '55. They did a renovation in 1966. There's something unique about their distillery. It said,
Is that all?
no, it said they're able to do a partial third distillation. Remember, and I'm like,
Oh,
what does a partial third mean?
You gotta throw that out there, right?
Sean's response was, go on, Sean, share it with the world.
Say it.
But what exactly did I say?
I-
Something to the effect of where you think you can go a third time, but you can't.
But
You just can't. Okay, back to the scotch.
Right, back to the scotch.
What do you
Anyway,
guys got? Let's take a whiff of this
You
guy.
smelling wood, oak?
So it's potent,
Wow.
right? It should be. It's
It is
50,
potent, yeah.
58.
there's a lot of notes.
58% alcohol. That's 100 and...
Didn't it say something about like winter candles or something?
Yeah.
I mean, I can get that.
It
I can't.
does kind of have a candle like
Yeah.
fragrance.
156
Winter
proof.
spice scented
Waxy?
candle.
Is that
Yeah.
a smell? Waxy?
This is flammable, guys.
This is flammable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So natural coloring, obviously.
Oh, what is that?
I mean,
it's
it's
just like there's oak, there's fruit or spice. It's not fruit per se. But
It smells like. You ever made mulled wine with like all
Yeah.
the spices and
Yeah.
stuff? Like
That's
to
the-
me,
that-
that's
there's
like
a
a
spice
wintertime
like coming
smell.
out,
It
yeah.
gets that spicy aroma in the air. It's got
Cloven.
yeah.
I almost
Nutmeg.
get a little
Cinnamon
bit of a I don't know, an old cellar smell too.
Is
it
it
sad
sad
to
to
say
say
it
got a
being-
little bit of pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
There's a
that's
lot of
that
spices
spice.
in there.
Yeah.
Nutmegish.
Yeah.
So, Roy Aquavite, he's the one that suggested we
He's a
have a
big
trial
Ben
with
Rennis
this, and
fan,
he's
yeah.
a big fan of Ben Rennis, and I'd never heard of him, and I butchered him. I must have said Ben Nevis about
I
1,000
know.
times. He was about ready to
He's
strangle me.
gonna
But,
come apart in that one.
I fell in love with it. I bought it. I mean, I was like, okay, this is good. This is coming home.
Yeah. Cheers, boys.
So,
Man,
what's on this tongue?
That's hot all the way down.
It is. But when it first hit my tongue, it tasted like brand new out of the hive honey. That's the
It's-
first thing that popped in my mind was honey.
It's got that
Oh my gosh.
sweet, like coating quality. You know what I mean?
There's a
And,
lot to it.
The spices kind of toned down the alcohol. I wasn't overpowered by the alcohol.
No, I didn't-
but it
Not
was
at all.
spicy.
Mhm.
It's spicy,
But it's
but
got
not
some
that alcohol burn.
power to the taste. I mean, it's rich, deep spices, malty, syrup.
But you know how sometimes you get
Nutmeg.
those whiskeys that they call spicy and they're like almost too much.
Like
You know
pepper,
what I mean? These are much more subtle. You know what I mean? They're there, but they're not
It's a
like
nice
getting in your way.
blend.
It is kind of like a pumpkin pie in that you get that
Sweet.
little bit of spicy quality,
Yeah.
that nutmeg and stuff.
And
But it's not. It's there, and you know it's there, but it's not overpowering everything else.
It makes me think of something. At 58%, I can remember rewind and watch some more videos from a year or two, maybe a year and a half ago. You know, we're getting into this, and some of our really knowledgeable subscribers, Keith Peterson, Cato, are talking about, man, 48 or above for me. You know, I like the 50 ABVs, and we're all going, wow, you're crazy. Now, anything over 50 is really hard to turn down. I mean, it's usually really good. It's just there's so much more flavor
so
in
much more flavor.
I don't know.
It's
It lasts
a
forever.
richer,
Cut.
bolder flavor.
it. Right.
But this, I suspect the water's going to really help this.
Well, I'm gonna do one more sip before that one.
Because
Yeah, I am too.
I think I feel it's fighting the alcohol. That there's flavors there that I can just get a hint of, but the
I
alcohol
love that
tends to burn them
nose.
out, which
Yeah.
is what my concern is right
Yeah.
now.
Although, it's really good.
There's a sweet tongue in
There's
there.
something going on with that
That's
too.
what I think that's what the
Cinnamon,
water's gonna pull out.
Vanilla, custardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot more sweetness
got
and
that-
richness.
You know what it
coming
is?
out.
It's creme brulee almost.
Yeah. It's got that sweet custardy vanilla pod kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Man, it makes me just want to chew my tongue.
I mean, you can.
It's just delicious.
It's sweet. It's
It
so
really is
nice
good.
and round, and it sticks in the front. And then as soon as you swallow, it stays.
All right,
It
let's
doesn't
see what
dissipate.
this-
It's
This
nice
is
and
a
sweet.
I'm getting a lot more flavor on the tail now.
this is a well balanced scotch.
That once you bring the alcohol
So
down a little
smooth,
bit, it
finish
doesn't
is so
burn
smooth.
out all your.
Right.
Doesn't
So
burn all.
price point, I don't even remember. I want to say 60 to 70 pounds.
Yeah, sounds about
So
right.
I bet you about-
let's
I bet you about 70,
Yeah,
$80.
let's go 80 pounds or whatever. Maybe
We'll,
it was,
we'll look it up and put it in the
I honestly think it was.
description.
Now that I'm thinking, I think I have the receipt back in my office. And I think it was 89 pounds, which is about $100. This is a 16-year-old at 58%. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's overpriced by any means.
No.
It is a 70 cl bottle though, so for those in the U.S., this isn't a 750. But I found the prices in Scotland were a little more favorable too.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Well, you're not getting double taxed.
Yeah.
Like that's our
You know,
problem.
I think the color looks really good too. It does have
It does.
A reddish tint to it, doesn't
How's
it?
the water affected? Anything?
I'm getting more honey on the nose. I'm getting much more flavor on the finish.
Yeah, I'm getting
The
more
al- 'cause
honey on the
alcohol-
nose, more of that candle, that scented candle. It's softer on the nose.
Yeah.
But it's not a cheap scented candle. It's like.
It's,
Inky
oh, it
candle or
smells
something really
delicious.
good
I mean,
quality.
you don't want to pull your nose out.
No, I don't.
Andrew, you were right. You do get a lot more of the flavor profile now. A lot more of the spice came forward.
That's what I had.
But
Especially on
it's
finish.
still not overpowering. You know, I get nutmeg and clove. I don't get any of the hot spices when you talk about whiskey, like white pepper or, it's
It's like
really
It's
nice.
a balance between the custard, like eggnog, and some kind of
Yeah.
pumpkin pie, and
It brings out all of those thoughts of
it's almost a fall drink, isn't
like
it?
a fall
Oh,
or
it really
winter
is.
I'm getting
kind of time.
this warm feeling as I taste it. and
It's-
let
That's
it
not the
roll out.
alcohol.
It's like a Christmas scotch. It really is.
It's
Kinda
delicious
is.
though.
Kinda
You know what I mean? It's like gingerbread cookies and things like that.
Yes, it is.
Peanut
I'm
brittle.
getting more fruits coming out of the nose now as I add more water to it.
Mm.
It's a lovely smell.
So this was
That's a delicious
distilled,
glass.
distilled 31 May of 2000, virgin oak hogshead.
You can tell it's potent though.
Yeah, it needs.
It's got some. You're gonna sip this one. You're not gonna drink it quickly.
No.
It's got some heat.
It's got a
But
nice
it's smooth.
custardy.
It does.
It's
Right.
creamy now with the water added to it.
So one thing to note though, and good and bad, so this is obviously an independent bottler, and we've been talking a little bit about that of late. The good news is you can usually, there are great gems to find out
Oh,
there.
God.
So you're right, you can really get some good scores. I think this might be even one of them. But what I'm saying is, the bad news is, it's one of 275 bottles. That's
Yep.
it. Harder to find, you know. So you might see this and say, I want to get a hold of that. Well, number one, you more than likely got to be a member of the society, or you're buying it in the second or third market, right? And then if they even have one, so
Or come to our bar.
or you can come to our bar and we'll
Yep.
pour you a dram.
You
If
know
there's
there's not gonna be a left.
All right,
It's
who's
already
up?
gone by the time you
well.
watch this. Hey, so I'll start unless you want to go.
No, go ahead.
So, the reason I'm starting is because I already said a lot of my flavors on. This is quality dram, boys. Gosh, it's so good. In the experience alone, just being there, sitting there with Roy,
Yeah.
sitting there having some haggis and the fire, and
So
having a
that's gonna
dram
take
there, it's obviously going to boost us
bias,
a little bit. But overall, it's just a lovely dram. The nose, it's got some heat, but the nose is like custardy pumpkin pie, eggnog, sweet custard, vanilla.
Sweet custard.
It's just there. I mean, it's fall flavors, right? The water, I think maybe opened up a little bit more on the nose, but honestly, it's
hurt
about
it.
the same. It didn't hurt it at all. Palate, lovely, sweet, rolling sweet down your throat. The finish is nice and smooth. Nothing. Obviously, no peat. Nothing woody rise at all. It's just a nice sweet to a nice malty Scotch, and the finish nice and smooth. It's delicious dram with water, about the same thing. I love it. I'm going 3.5. It's great. It's a great Scotch.
Is it me?
It's you.
Sure.
All right. Mark's thinking awful hard
All right,
over
Coach
there. I'm
Bear.
going to go ahead. All right, so I think we've covered everything that this Scotch tastes like. You know what I mean? It's got that fall holiday in a glass kind of thing. You know, it's gingerbread cookies, it's
Good
creme
timing for it,
brulee. You know,
It is.
it's pumpkin spice and things like that.
And everything nice.
But it's a very well balanced Scotch. You know, I think that we tend to judge Scotches, and you don't even think about it based on how well those flavors in that glass
Right.
marry up, how they interact with
Right.
each other. You know, it really talks to how good that Scotch is and how good the distillery did at casking it and when they bottled it and everything else. These guys have a table where they just sit around and taste that stuff, and they're like, "That's the one. That's ready
It's
to
ready
go."
to go.
Do it.
You know.
Do it.
So to think of a room where you can just go and there's a bunch of bottles up there that you can just have a glass, like this is a quality glass of Scotch.
Yeah.
These guys are not fooling around. You know, really, I don't think the price is bad for, you know, obviously the quality is A+. The only thing you can knock it for is that there's only
Limited
275
Yeah.
bottles of it.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
You know, which it also makes it even that much more special
I
in
think
my
so.
mind. So I'm going to go 3.5. I can't find really any fault in this glass, other than the fact that there's only 275 bottles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sad when this one's gone.
Yep.
I will be too.
So before you get going, talk about one thing I was thinking about when we were there. It's kind of a unique experience too when you go to order a bottle. It's not like, you know, you have a bunch of things sitting there. They have to, okay, hold on a second, look it up, and they go in the back, right?
Yeah, so I mean everything's numbered, right? You don't go up there and say, "Hey, give me that Lafroig," or "Give me that." You know, you walk up. They've got obviously menu things, and you literally walk up and say, "I want a dram with 36 132." You know, and they ask for your membership number. They punch in, and the guy's got to go back in the room and
A
he
closet.
a closet. And it's all numbered, and he's like 36 132.
It's like a
grabs
book,
it,
like a bunch of
comes
books.
out, makes the pour, puts it. You know what I mean? So it's a different experience. I mean,
It's
and
cool.
luckily Roy was able to invite us in under his membership, and we were able to experience it. I mean, they had
Thank
great
you for that,
food
yeah.
there. It was an awesome atmosphere. I even got a picture of him sitting at the table where the guys all judge. You know, the board actually figures out
Oh,
if a
yeah,
bottle's
yeah.
ready or not, take their tasting notes. But I fell in love with this bottle, and it was funny because, like I said, I really butchered Ben Rinnis for a while all day. It was Ben Nivis to me, but I had a lot to drink that day. But I love the bottle because there's a lot to it. I mean, and I'm sure the 58% has something to do with that, but the fact that 58% is so balanced that I can enjoy it and not have to water it down 50%, to me is remarkable.
Yeah.
I think they did the right thing. They picked the right time on this. I would have never bought a bottle of Ben Rinnis. I mean, have we ever seen a bottle of
No.
Ben Rinnis? I mean,
No.
that's
you couldn't
another.
have bought one because you'd have mispronounced it.
Well, and that's another point to make
Give
on
me a bottle of Ben
independent
Nevis.
bottlers.
No, we don't have Ben Nevis here, so.
You might not be able to get some distilleries if it
Yeah.
weren't for independent
Yeah.
bottlers.
Yeah.
So that's another point to make when you're looking at independent bottlers. But I actually really like this. I mean, I love the nose, neat and with water. I just can't get enough of it. I just want to sit there and smell the glass over and over and over again. The palate matches it. I love the spiciness of it. I mean, honestly, you guys know I'm a big Johnny Walker Swing fan. I like the spice in my scotch, and this has all that.
It's
and
a
then,
very good comparison in that regards.
Yep. I gotta stick with the 3.5s too. And I'm a member of the society now because of it.
There you go.
Right.
All right, so you guys are biased. You guys have.
Ah.
this-
Well, a little bit
Yeah,
of love, but the bottle
admittedly,
does
if-
speak for
If
itself.
I had the experience, it would be outstanding as well. I'm not as in love with this bottle as you guys are.
That's not your.
It's not my wheelhouse. You can buy these shirts, by the way.
Drink.
So this is a
Our website.
this is a really well balanced Scotch, and I'm not knocking it for not being my wheelhouse because it, you know, again, the beauty of going last is you get more time with it. You get to more smell it and taste it, and as it sits, it really does balance even better. You add water, the flavors change. So I've got to give a huge amount of credit for that. 3.5's a little high for me.
All right.
Um,
Fair enough.
Because it is not, I don't get as complexity as you may get at a lot of ones that go for 3.5s.
Sure.
It's very well done in its style with a subtle spice, good flavor, a little honey sweetness on that initial palate, especially when it was neat. Of course,
Fresh
as
out
you
of
got
the
water-
hive, honey.
fresh out of the hive. I mean,
Got
just
squeeze
that,
the bee.
because you got fresh.
How's that go, Sean?
Squeeze the bee.
Squeeze the bee.
But
That's jealous.
as you're extracting honey, you get that great floral scent out, and that it comes across in the flavor as well. I'm going to go a high 3 on this. I want to give it a.
That's fine,
I'm going to
man.
go 3 on it.
Stick with the number,
good,
brother.
Good Scotch, well balanced, fairly sedate in its flavors. If you are a strong flavor guy, this may not be for you unless you can appreciate the balance that they've done in that bottle.
It's
So that's
a
why I'm gonna go
unique.
for
It's
it.
a unique Scotch in a sense.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you guys this before we round out. Then, the name of the bottle is A Warm Treat. Do you think it's a fitting name?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I
Disagree.
could see this around a fire. I could see this on a.
So we got 3 3.5s and a 3. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
3.375
75.
sounds
That's a
good.
great bottle. Great Scotch.
We can't wait to do more SMWS bottles. I
Yep.
mean, we've got another one on deck,
We do.
and I'm waiting to pull the trigger on
To
a
get some
couple.
more.
But check
We're
them out.
also
if you guys
waiting on him to
haven't.
pull the trigger on a couple.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I cannot wait till he buys
Squeeze the
this
bee.
While you're watching, hit the subscribe button right
Yeah.
now. Hit the like button. Every Thursday we
Thanks
are
for
live.
watching.
Thanks for watching.
375.
375.
Cheers.
Check it out.
Sponsor Dummies.
Sláinte, boys.